Thinking about your strategies for guided group work, how are you going to ensure that your guided group work is a really quality sessions?
Well, they're obviously going to be on a specific task for them to discuss, and it's going to be like 5 minutes, or you know, as long as they need, 10 minutes maybe. But there's going to be a lot of group discussion that I can facilitate, but obviously not always me talking. And then with the partners, talking partners, they can actually perhaps experiment even more with a friend and even look at each other's work so that they can assess themselves, but also maybe the friends as well. Just like when I said before about, oh, everybody draw a square. Have a look at your friends, do they look the same? So then they can discuss, well, yeah, how do we know that that's what a square looks like? Well, yours has got what and mine's got what? Oh, so it must be that a square has 4 sides and things like that, so that they're thinking mathematically, and I'm just sort of taking a back seat but asking stimulating questions in order for them to discuss themselves.
Good, and it's the importance of being able to stand back as a teacher, isn't it, and assess and really listen to the children so that any misconceptions can be addressed straight away, can't they?
Definitely.
And that the guided group work isn't always about intervening straight away. It's letting the children really talk things through for themselves, isn't it? And getting to the nub of what the misconception could possibly be.
A square. Can you draw me a square? Ryan's done one, Lexi's done one. Right, fantastic. And we'll just wait for Freya. Fab. Right, I would like you to just put your lid pens back on. Fab, so that they don't dry out. Fantastic. Right, I would like you now to look to the person who's sitting next to you. So Holly and Freya, Lexi and Ryan, and Lewis and Ella. And I'd like you to look at your partner's picture of a square, see if it's the same, and have a talk about how do you know that that is what a square looks like? How do you know that that's a square? Have a quick chat with your partner. Have a look. Do they look the same, Lexi and Ryan? Yours don't look the same.
Mine's smaller and Lexi's is bigger.
Smaller and Lexi's is bigger, right. Is there anything that is the same about them though? Have a look and just have a look if there's anything that is the same about your shapes. Just discuss it with your partner.
Because there's 4 sides. 4 sides. They've got 4 sides. They've got 4 sides.
Right, and I'll stop you there, okay. Right, so I heard Holly say something. Holly, what did you say? What's the similar?
There's 4 corners.
There's 4 corners, all right. Point to a corner for me. What's a corner? Right, that thing that looks a bit like that, a corner. Right, Ryan, what else? There's 4 corners. Is there anything else that's the same? Can Lexi help you?
They've also got 4 sides.
They've also got 4 sides. Fantastic. So the reason why you know a shape, what it is because these are what we call properties. It's what makes a shape special, so that you know that that's a square because it's got 4 sides and it's got 4 corners. Fantastic. Like you, I'm going to draw a square on my whiteboard. Is that what you call a square?
No!
Oh, I was trying really hard to draw a square like you. Why is that not a square?
It's because it's not flat.
Oh, it is flat. If I put it on the table, if you have a look, I can't pick it up like you. I can't pick your square up. I can't pick that square up. It's meant to be a square. What is it, Lexi?
Because squares don't have a point at the top and diamonds do.
Right, okay. Well, if I change it from there to there, does it look like a square now?
Yeah.
Yes, but if I keep it like that, and you're right, it does look a bit like a diamond, but we've already said that to know what a square is, it has 4 sides and 4 corners. So count the sides with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 4 sides. Can you now count the corners with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 4 sides and it's got 4 corners. So Lewis, shh, but we're listening. Even though it's in a bit of a different position, it is still a square. It's still a square.
So what I really liked was that when you did sort of begin to talk about the different shapes and their properties, you did things like challenging their perception of what a square is. And that's really, really sort of moving them on and looking at progression within their learning, isn't it? And it was quite powerful that they were all, you know, confused by that, wasn't it? So it really gave you quite an understanding of where they're at in terms of what their understanding of a square is.
Definitely, and because they did the typical drawing of the square, that it had to be, you know, perfectly positioned for them visually. That's how they see a square. So that's why I thought, oh, I'll just move on to draw this square, you know, drawn differently, just to see if they recognise it still as the square, because I was wanting them to think about the properties of shapes, and that those are the things to help you identify a shape. Instead of just looking at something and knowing the name, you can try and work it out and go, well, how many sides does it have? Oh, well, that is a square, because within the environment, not every shape looks exactly the same and position-wise, so that's what was my main focus was on as well.
Absolutely. And when you're thinking about asking them to bring in photographs of different things for the next lesson, that's going to be really, really key, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's a way for moving their learning on.
Definitely, yeah.